Hello everyone, I'm Burak, and today in this video, we will discuss the topic 4.2 marketing planning. We will have some definitions that we need to remember, concepts that are needed for this unit, and then examples that we can apply our knowledge to. So, we have some few definitions to start with. First, the marketing plan. It is the document outlining an organization's marketing objectives and strategies to be used to achieve these objectives. For example, having new advertisement campaigns or creating a new product. These are all examples of a marketing plan. These are all solutions to a marketing plan. And a marketing audit is the review of current position of an organization's marketing mix. The audit, for example, has to do with examining the current market positions, examining the product portfolio that caters to a specific market, for example. And then the plan consists of several stages. For example, SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, agreed, realistic, and time-bound. For example, getting to a specific market share. Another one is the assessment of the strengths and weaknesses of competitors in the market that they're aiming. Methods of market research, such as primary market research, secondary market research. This is obviously the topic of another video, so I'll not talk about it in this video. The outline of the marketing mix, including, for example, the product design or distribution channels, the marketing budget, and then finally the outlining of the difficulties that the company might come across. So when looking at the plan, it's I think a good idea to refer to SWOT or steeple analyses. And then we also have marketing planning, which is the process of devising marketing objectives and appropriate marketing strategies to achieve these goals. So for example, how to enter a new market, how to increase sales, increase customer satisfaction. These are all topics of marketing planning. And this is the marketing planning process cycle. So marketing audit is the examination of the current market conditions. The marketing objectives are the marketing goals and targets that a company wants to achieve. Strategies is the plan, obviously, that they'll apply. Monitoring and review is the reviewing the progress, what they have done so far, to maybe adjust the plan a little bit. And then evaluation is basically examining how successful that their marketing strategy was. And then it comes back to audit, the first stage. Another concept that we have to know is the STP model, which stands for segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So it has 3 stages. First, segmenting the market, as for example, separating the market and examining it, for example, for children, women, or elderly people, for example. And then targeting the most commercially valued groups of customers. Again, the groups that have been decided through the segmentation of market. And then positioning the firm's offering in the market. And then targeting is each market segment having its own marketing mix. For example, different advertisement channels, different products offered. For example, business versus economical flights. So when you think about it, the marketing, the advertisements for business, and the advertisements for economy flights would not be the same. The pricing strategies won't be the same. The services, the products offers won't be the same, obviously. So it's the company's responsibility to create strategies that obviously will be needed in the marketing process. So we have another definition, consumer profiles. This is basically the demographic and psychographic characteristics of consumers in different markets. And an advantage is that it helps to identify needs and wants of customers and how to cater to them. So again, the primary reasons include to better understand customers, to generate higher sales revenues, growth, for example, growth of market share and growth of profit, and then differentiating the product compared to competitors in the market. USP is a great concept, and we will talk about this later in the video. So we have segmentation methods. So through these methods, through these criteria, we can separate the market into several groups and then market to each of these. For example, demographic segmentation methods include separate segmentation by age, gender, race, marital status, religion, language, and income. For example, a meat company that offers both pork and beef choices could, for example, for pork, they, for example, wouldn't market to Muslims as pork for Muslims is haram. Another one could be age. For example, toys would generally be advertised towards kids. So the geographic segmentation includes location and the climate. For example, for climate, a jacket company would mainly market to countries with colder climates. And there are also psychographic segmentation, which includes values, religion, status, culture, and hobbies. For example, hobbies might include niche sports such as horseback riding or frisbee. And an example case study that I've included is the marketing mix of BMW. So BMW offers vehicles from all sizes, from small compact vehicles to off-road capable SUV models. For example, the 1 Series hatchback mainly appeals to young people who don't need much space and would want a compact vehicle. And the 7 Series SUV, for example, would be targeted towards luxury customers, people who want the best, the most comfortable vehicle to drive. And then people who want a bit more space, and people who use it for their family might prefer the SUV X Series, and then people who want sporty driving would want the M models. And then we have a tool that we will use, perception map, and you may also see the perception map as the position maps. So they are exactly the same thing, just with a different name. So for example, comparing the quality and price, we have high price, high quality premium products. The cowboy products, which are low quality, even though they are of a high price. Low quality, high products, which are bargain, which are price performance products. And then finally, both low quality and low price, we have the economy products. So we have an example again as the previous case study, cars. So The cars here are there's a perception map created based on the performance, high performance to low performance, and then price from cheap to expensive. As you see, we have some cars. For example, the Bugatti Chiron is both expensive and high performance, whereas the Toyota Corolla is much cheaper and has a lower performance. And then there are some stages to positioning. So one of which is identifying competitive advantage. For example, identifying the USP, and then marketing on that aspect, and also deciding on any other aspect that should be marketed on. And then finally, implementing the positioning strategy, creating a new marketing mix or advertisements, etc. And then there are also some basic strategies to decide. For example, the cost leadership, which is offering the products at the lowest cost. The differentiation, which is distinguishing your products and your company from competitors. And then finally, focus is paying close attention to whatever market that you're targeting. So there are also niche and mass marketing. So a niche market is a specific, well-defined market segment. For example, luxury cars, luxury handbags, and also less popular sports equipment. For example, again, as I said previously, horseback riding is not a popular sport, so products that are used for horseback riding are sold in a niche market, or frisbee, which is not a popular sport. So there are some pros and cons to niche marketing. So because the market is smaller, there's generally more focus to the market segment that is being targeted. Also, there's less competition because simply there are a lot less buyers and then a lot less companies. And then it allows the business to specialize in whatever field that they offer the product. And there are some disadvantages as well. So there's less potential because there are obviously a lesser number of customers and less growth. They may not exploit economies of scale compared to larger companies because they produce less, and because of this their average unit cost tends to be higher. And then because they may attract competitors, a large firm entering the market might endanger the survival of business operating in these niche markets. So another type of marketing is mass marketing, opposite to the niche markets. So mass marketing is the marketing technique that ignores targeting individual market segments. Instead, a broad range of market segments are targeted to maximize sales, maximize profit, and then achieve some advantages such as exploiting economies of scale because they can supply products to mass markets. They lower unit costs of production, which allows them to have higher profit margins. So because they target various market segments, they achieve marketing savings because they can use one marketing campaign for many markets. And then because they target larger markets. They have larger customer bases, which helps with the other advantages listed above. And then there are also some cons. So they have high setup costs because they obviously mass produce in high amounts. The competition is fierce because there are lots of companies already in the field. And then there's a lack of focus, so it may sometimes be wasteful. So many companies, many products have unique selling points, which are, for example, maybe a low price or doing something the best in the market. I know, for example, Apple is known for their best security in iPhones. Or, for example, BMW is known for the driving dynamics. Or maybe Ryanair known for their cheapest flights. So it is mainly defined as any aspect of business, product, or brand that makes it stand out from their competitors. So I said first mover advantage here. So being the first business to provide a certain product, a certain service, may lead to the first mover advantage, which helps with market share, achieving a higher market share. And then the USP mainly consists of differentiation, which is distinguishing your business or products from competitors. So your differentiating factor is your USP. And then there are the 7 P's of marketing, which are product, price, promotion, place, people, processes, and physical environment. So that's a topic for a different video. And there are obviously some advantages and disadvantages of differentiation. So if you differentiate, you can charge low prices for mass-produced products, and because customers have different choices, you have to charge a lower price to attract those customers. And then we said brand loyalty as well. So the brand loyalty can be a source of competitive advantage. So when people know your brand for a particular thing, they are attracted, and obviously a loyal customer base occurs. And then there are also distribution advantages. So, for example, you have a cheese brand, and because your cheese brand is very well known, supermarkets may choose you to be displayed in their shelves instead of other brands. So it also helps with distribution channels and distributing your products across a wide variety of distribution channels, offering your products, sorry. And there are also some cons. So it may be expensive to differentiate your products from competitors. So large companies execute better compared to smaller companies because they have more monetary resources. So you can exploit the economies of scale less because you produce many different products instead of a one single standardized product. And then it may not always be desirable. Customers might not like the differentiation of your product or brand, which creates a risk because a company may spend money, may spend their human resources, and then not get the result that they have expected. So this is all of it for 4.2. See you in a different video.